Welcome back to another episode of NFT Catcher Podcast. We'd like to remind everybody that nothing on the show is meant as financial advice, and to please do your own research. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Now the subject is NFTs.
They're known as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs.
NFTs are exploding in popularity.
This is a technology that will forever change the way people interact.
So it is happening whether you understand it and like it or not.
This phenomenon is moving. The digital.
You have now joined Jenny from the blockchain and Michael Keene on the NFT Catcher Podcast.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the NFT Catcher Podcast with me, Jenny from the blockchain, and my co-host, Michael Keene. For today's interview, we have Alyssa Stevens. She is a multidisciplinary abstract artist. Alyssa, welcome to the pod.
Hello. Thanks so much for having me on. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, we are excited to have you as well. Actually, fun fact, I was trying to figure out when I first started following you. I was like, how did I hear about you? And I was like, I couldn't figure it out. And then I was looking into, all your links, and I looked at your YouTube channel and I was like, oh my God, I could see that for your VCon vlogs. I had watched all of them and I was like, that's how I discovered you. I totally remember that I was looking at VCon vlogs. I was just trying to watch content and I saw yours and I was like, oh my God, this is really good. I have to follow this person. And that's how I started following you. So
I feel like no one ever watches my YouTube vlogs, so that makes me really happy.
Let's go. Yeah, I actually like your vlog style. You have your most recent one, Art Basel, you posted. Sorry, my dog is in the background, but maybe you can't hear it. So anyway, yeah, and you went to VCon the first and the second, and you vlogged it, which I watched both of those, obviously. And it's cool. It was it gives you a good glimpse into what it was like. And yeah, your whole channel is vlogs. So check it out, folks. Alyssa Stevens.
Yeah, I need to get back on the vlogs, but I love making vlogs, so I'm going to try to start doing it again soon.
Nice. Are you going to this VCon in August?
Yeah, I'm planning on going. Are you going to go?
Maybe. I don't know. We both went to the first two.
Yeah, Jenny needs to get invited back as a moderator for sure. They need to, because she's been a moderator at the first two.
I didn't know that.
And crushed it. And she also does vlogs, by the way. You guys should do a combo vlog at the next one.
That's why I liked yours so much. Yeah, I love vlogs in general, but mine I just posted on, I wish I had a YouTube channel, but I just never made one, but I just posted mine on Twitter. So
I should start someone there, but sometimes mine get long, so.
Yeah.
Gary listens, so he needs to, they need to invite Jenny back.
I agree.
Yes.
That's what she means when maybe. I think I'm going to go either way, but I don't know if you're asking me.
She was asking both of us. Well, Michael has a FaceTime frog, so he already gets the hookup.
April 28th is my final FaceTime.
Oh, wait, how many did you get total?
3 5-minute FaceTimes.
Oh, nice.
Every year. Oh wow, it's only 5 minutes.
Once a year. Yeah, it's only 5 minutes. The first one we put on the podcast, and we also have gotten to say ever since then, Gary V's been on the podcast. We say he's been on the podcast twice because we had 2 5 minutes with him. And he let us interview him for 5 minutes at VCon, believe it or not, in the in his suite under the seats. It was pretty cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Now we're just flexing our Gary V stuff. Yeah. But speaking of Gary V, actually this ties in because Gary V collected your art, right?
Yeah.
And you got a chance to meet him and thank him for collecting your art. What was the art piece that he collected, and how did he find out about you?
So he collected a piece from my collection, Connected Consciousness, and the piece was titled The Gods Envy Us. But the whole reason he collected it is because when I went to the first VCon, I actually was collabing with one of his brands, 1:37 p.m. on a POAP for the first day of VCon. And I had just a couple months before sold out my first collection. I had gone from no sales to a sold out collection because I was featured on the OpenSea homepage, and it brought a lot of opportunities to me. And I was on like the 1:37 p.m. podcast and things like that.
Did Nate Chastain buy some of your stuff before you were featured on the homepage?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, you don't remember that? There's sorry. I didn't mean to interject. Yeah, Nate was the guy on OpenSea who was like buying stuff right before it went on the homepage.
No, when I heard about that, I was like, I wonder if that was the guy, but I think that happened before my art was on the homepage. That would have been crazy. But yeah. So anyways, I had like written a whole list of manifestations before I ever sold any of my art. And one of the things was for Gary Vee to own my art because he's the one that inspired me to get into Web3. And I saw another artist I love named Gavin Mueller, and his whole story with how Gary Vee buying his art like really changed his life. And so I basically completed everything on my list of manifestations except for Gary owning my art. So I like brought the list to him and had him sign it. And he said he'd make it happen. And about a year later, right before the next VCon, he bought some of my art. So it was really cool.
That is so cool. I love that. I love that you brought it to him too. You're like, this is my manifest list. Everything is accomplished except for this. He's like, well, shit, now I have to do it. Now I have to collect her art. That's really cool. What else was on your list?
It was like sell my first NFT, make art / NFTs my full-time income. I can't remember what else. Oh, buy a piece of art from an artist I love in the community, things like that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool. And then when did you become full-time in Web3?
So about like a month after my collection sold out, I was like, I'm quitting my job because I made basically my yearly income from that, like within a week. And I mean, I didn't make a lot of money. It was like my first corporate job out of college, but I hated it so much. And my goal has always been to like get out of corporate America. So, I was like, I might as well just quit my job. I don't know. People are always like, how could you like make that leap? And I'm like, I'm a Sagittarius. I just don't care. I do whatever I feel like in the moment. Like, I don't think life is that serious. I just figure things out as I go. So I just was like, I'm going to quit my job, figure it out as I go. And that's kind of what I've been doing. It's been a lot of like ups and downs. Like I moved to New York City last summer and then ended up working part-time at one of Gary Vee's restaurants in the city because I like met his friends who were opening it and they said if I needed a part-time job, like, I don't know. So like, you know, it's been like a lot of ups and downs, but it's been a journey and I'm happy. So
that's exciting. Wait, yeah. I didn't even know Gary Vee had restaurants.
Yeah, it's like through his,
is it
like,
the Fish Club thing, that NFT?
What? It's like the Fly Fish thing. It's part of that restaurant group. They just opened a restaurant at the end of last year in the city. So yeah, the food is really
that thing's out. I remember when that NFT came out and it was like, Gary was like, oh, this is the first restaurant NFT. And everyone's like, okay, yeah, but when's the restaurant going to come out? And here it is. Apparently it's come out and apparently you worked there.
Well, it was actually a different restaurant within the restaurant group, but the Fly Fish one is opening like before the end of this year, apparently.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I've seen that's opening. What's the floor on that these days? I think it's like 2 weeks still.
Something like that.
And it's like, what is it? You get free food every time you go in?
I don't even.
I think you're allowed to book a reservation there. You pay for it, but it's exclusive to the holders. It's exclusive to the holders.
Shoot. Yeah. That is wild.
1.39 ETH. So, you know, it's still whatever that is, $5,000.
That's solid for permission.
But actually, ETH is down to 800 again. So it's actually just not that much.
What? Are you serious now?
No. But it's like 2,900 or something. Sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. You're like, I've been sleeping for a week.
Yeah.
She wakes up 800.
Everyone keeps saying the market is in shambles, and I'm like, I've barely opened.
Yeah, I don't even want to look. Right. I know. I hear you.
Like, what's the prices right now?
800.
Well, the halving is supposed to pick things up again for us, so we'll see. Are your bags packed? Are you ready?
I think so. I don't know. We'll see.
Do you have any, have you launched any NFTs on like Bitcoin, like any ordinals?
Not yet, but I really want to like learn more about that and get into it. I don't know why I keep putting it off. I just need to like really sit down and do a lot of research first, I think. So that's something I really do want to do.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently ETH NFTs are of the past. None of our bags are pumping on ETH NFTs anymore.
ETH NFTs just have always been really tough because of the gas.
Yeah.
Bitcoin does have them also. But they're doing well right now. But honestly, it depends on what you're trying to do with it. I think what chain you choose is depending on what you want to do with what you're making,
Yeah.
There's lots of cool stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I've kind of been like more open to exploring other chains recently. So
Yeah,
I started my first collection on Solana a couple weeks ago, and like I have something on Tezos, which I know people aren't really that on Tezos, but whatever. Like I'm just really open to like exploring new chains.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
There's a lot of art. Tezos is a lot of like artists for artists, and like they'll put lower price stuff there than they will on ETH and some of the other chains. Like Base is becoming really popular right now. Do you do Farcaster? People have like those one-click mints are really cool over there.
I've been on Farcaster for a few months, and I need to like mint something on there soon.
Yep.
Haven't done that yet.
Yeah. Something, yeah, even something like, because people, super cheap. It's like there's almost no gas, and people can do it with one click and they mint it. So it's kind of a neat execution there.
So when you became a full-time artist, did you just go straight from your corporate job to like Web3 full-time artist, or did you do like digital art in some other way? I don't know, Etsy or something else before that?
Mainly just like in Web3, but I was also like trying to branch out, and I remember I did a collab with like a jewelry brand. So like doing more like things in the physical world. Like since then I've also collabed with a coffee brand, but it's kind of in Web3, Coin Coffee.
I saw that. Yeah. Mumbot collabed with them too, right? And a couple others like Pop Wonder and.
Yeah. I think Mumbot might have done one with Denim Coffee. I don't remember.
Oh, it was Denim. Mumbot and Pop Wonder were Denim. Oh man, Jenny.
Oh, okay. No. What about Amber Victoria? Was that also Denim, or was that?
And Pop Wonder did Coin Coffee and Denim Coffee, I believe.
Aha. So I was right.
Okay,
I'm actually wearing a Pop Wonder
that
shirt right now.
So yeah, I feel like especially now I'm kind of starting to realize like I love being in Web3 and having a community there, but like it's important for me to try to build a brand outside of that and just also take things into my own hands more instead of just like collabing with other brands and stuff like that. Like I want to just build something of my own because I feel like you kind of have to. You want to be an artist full time.
Like what? What do you want to build?
Just like a more tangible brand of my own, because like I have a shop and I sell like shirts and stuff, but like right now it's like print on demand. So like I want to do something cool and like paint on clothes or do more custom one-of-one like upcycled clothing, or also just start like selling art more seriously in the traditional space. Like I have these huge canvases over there right now that are just sitting there, and I feel like there's always people asking me about my art that aren't in Web3. So it's like I need to really focus on how I can kind of meet consumers in that space as well.
Yeah, I love like physical art, and I'll always find NFT artists that I like, and then I'm like, how do I buy physicals? And then it's just like, they don't sell physicals. And I'm like, duh. Like I want like actual art.
Yeah. A lot of my NFTs are like scans of physical pieces. So I'll give like the whole to the physical piece. But yeah, I also am trying to just do more stuff outside of blockchain.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I saw the jewelry too. I like the necklace you collabed on. It's really cute. And then, okay, so who introduced you to like NFT / crypto Web3?
Mainly Gary Vee, honestly, not to bring the conversation back to him, but I feel like I've just been watching his content for years, and I remember seeing a video he posted, and he's like, I have always just really loved art and have been trying to find a way to like make money from my art and like get out of corporate America. So I remember seeing a video he posted about how important blockchain technology was for artists. And that's kind of what like led me into the rabbit hole of doing all this research on it and just exploring that space. I know I had like some other friends, like I had an artist friend who was kind of in Web3. So he also kind of helped onboard me. And now he's like not in Web3 at all. He's just only in traditional art, really. So it's kind of funny to see how things change. But so like there were a few different influences for sure.
Nice. I wonder if he'll come back. Maybe there's another bull run.
Maybe that seems like some people are. So who
He'll be
knows?
asking you. He'll be like, "Wait, no, I forgot everything. Help me." You're like, "All right, I got you." Crash course. Yeah, Michael also Gary V onboarded
Yeah,
him.
very similar story.
That's
Was that
kinda
in like
crazy.
February of 2021?
No, it was later for me. It was
Okay.
I want to say end of 2021 for me. Like
Okay.
November. Or I might have been getting into it doing research in the summer, but I didn't start like getting really into it till the end of the year.
I got you. Yeah, because in February of that year, I was very lucky. I had been following Gary as well before that, knew he was smart, knew he was early to things. And he put out a TikTok, and it was like, NFTs is all I'm going to be doing for the next 30 years. Like, this is it. And the first thing I started Googling it, found Top Shot, and like talked to Andy. Andy's one of my good friends. He's our producer, obviously. And like the next day we bought a $14 pack of Top Shot and sold the moments for like $300. We're like, all right, here we are, almost 3.5 years later, whatever.
That's
Let's
amazing.
go. Yeah. Something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was really big into Top Shot, and I got into NFTs like October 2020. And I remember when Gary started talking about, everyone was like, Gary keeps talking about NFTs. When is he going to talk about Top Shot? Like, we all wanted him to talk about Top Shot so bad. And then finally he did. And he was like, I think it was like early 2021. He was like, yeah, I know about Top Shot, but I haven't bought anything. And we're like, we're like, buy something, Gary.
He
But
did that to the VV people too.
Really?
The VV,
He's
the
like,
VV
yeah, I know,
people
but
wanted him like, yeah, exactly.
they're like, he's like, I'm just watching. Like I'm from the sidelines. We were
He's
all
sitting
like,
on 60 sitting on 60 crypto punks. He was the smart one. He's like, I'm just watching this dumpster fire about to
yeah,
take place.
I know.
I'm just watching.
He wasn't going to be our exit liquidity.
Right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, I
He's
never got in time. But did you hear about it?
A little bit, but like I'd never really like took the time to learn about it. I like don't even really know what it is. It's like hard like
It's basically basketball videos that you can buy on the blockchain. Well, on Flow, it's on Flow actually, and it's really easy. I think that's why people liked it so much, because you could literally buy with your credit card. So and that's what onboarded a lot of people. That's what got a lot of people in this space. So it was
we've said before, Top Shot and Gary V is like, I mean, at one point it was well over 50% of the people in the space, it felt like, got onboarded that way.
Yeah.
One of those two.
Also, I wanted to talk about NFT NYC because you had your art there displayed at the Hug event? Hug Fest?
It was Hug Fest. I was like selling art at a booth. So it was just a ton of artists like selling art. There was some artists live painting, things like that. It was really fun. Were you at NFT NYC?
Not this year. We didn't go this year. We missed it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was honestly so like hectic. It was just super crowded in the space, and I was like really stressed. But I mean, I sold stuff, so I'm happy. It was a good time. But
it's cool.
Yeah, it was good.
I think I saw some of my friends who are artists. Do you know Nate Bear? He's works at Vayner actually. He was there. He's in the Ghost Club of Mumbai. Do you like? I know you mentioned Mumbai. Who's your like artist crew? Do you know that crew, the Ghost Club, Mumbai, and all them? They're really good friends of ours.
Oh, nice. Okay, I know Mumbai and probably like some of the other people, but not like super well.
Right.
Bets and stuff.
They're awesome people in there. That's my favorite crowd to like hang out with, a bunch of artists and for sure.
I feel like I mainly hang out with a lot of people like do you know Station 3 in New York?
No.
I don't know.
What is that?
Sounds a little familiar, but I'm not sure.
It's like a Web3 co-working space in FIDI in the city. And there's like there's artists like me, like some artists, but just also a lot of like Web3 crypto people in general, and they'll host like weekly and monthly events where it's like panels talking about blockchain, and there'll be like events sponsored by Christie's and stuff. It's really cool. So I have like a little
really cool
because I got a grant. So I just
you got a grant.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Like they were like, hey, we'll give you money if you come work here.
So it's more like they give you they let you have access to space for free for a certain amount of time. So for me, it was supposed to be 6 months and they just never kicked me out because you can like buy a patron pass. And if you have a patron pass NFT, then you have access for as long as you want. But I think they kind of like the artists and they're like,
Yeah, they like you being in there.
I think the founder just bought some of my art too the other day. So I'm like, I think I'm good for now because I can't afford a patron pass right now. So I'm like,
let's go. How much is a patron pass?
I don't know what the floor price is at right now. Somewhere between like 1 and 2 ETH probably.
Okay, that's solid.
Yeah.
That's cool. Web3, that's great. It's kind of like an event, but not because it's like, oh, there's just always Web3 people around, and
it's pretty cool.
Chat with people. I did not know about that.
Yeah.
Station 3. That's cool. What else did you do at New York? We got FOMO. We need to live vicariously through everyone else's experiences.
This year, I feel like I was way chiller this year. I actually am gonna post a vlog at some point of it.
Yes, please.
Yeah. But this year, compared to the last few years, like I went to way less events because one, it was just like raining all week. And now I live in New York, so I feel less like pressure to like have to do a ton of stuff because I'm always here and I'm always going to events and seeing people, which is really nice. But I just didn't have the energy this year to do a lot. So I went to a couple events every day, and then I had my art exhibited, like a physical piece exhibited at Loom Studios for it was like kind of part of the Canal Street show, which is a big event that they throw every year, and there's a ton of people that come through. So that was really fun. And then I did a live painting thing on like one of the last days for an all ships event. So I just like painted a huge canvas, and yeah, that was really fun. And I went to like a little dinner with the platform Remix because I am one of the artists on there, so they hosted a little dinner for some of the artists. So just like random events like that, but I didn't do anything too crazy this year.
Oh, well, that sounds like a lot. You had a lot going on.
Kinda.
The live painting sounds really cool.
It was fun. It was the second live painting event I did with all ships, so hopefully I get to do more because it was a good time.
Did you like auction it off at the end, or what did you do with the painting?
No, a couple of people asked me about it and were interested in it, but I kind of just, I don't know. I might do like a whole series because it's I would get it, but it's really big. But it's like I kind of want to do a whole series and then figure out what I want to do with them. Maybe like find a way to exhibit them somewhere before I just sell it. So I'm still kind of thinking that through. I don't know. Sometimes I just hold on to my art for a long time because it's like so hard for me.
Do you like, if I swear, if I was a good artist, I would like put my art all over my place. I would just collect my own art, and then maybe someone would be like, hey, gonna buy that? I'd be like, all right, I guess. But do you have your art like everywhere?
In my room, I don't. My room is like so undecorated and like not cute at all. But in my little like office space at Station 3 I work out of, I have a ton of art hanging up. And there have been times where people walk by and like ask like for a piece, like the price of a piece, and I've like sold stuff that way, which is really
That's awesome.
That's smart. It's a good way to do it.
52,000.
Yeah. You're like, oh, these are Web3 people. They're rich.
Yeah, for real. Especially in New York.
I know. New York is like so expensive. It is so crazy. Every time, that's why I didn't do this year. I was like, every time I go out there, it is just so expensive.
Where do you guys live?
Michael's frozen right now, so rip. But so Michael lives in Florida near Miami, and I live in Texas. I don't really say like the city, but I can tell you later. But yeah, Texas, it's nice. I like it.
Yeah, my sister lives in Texas, and I visited, and she loves it, but it's too slow for me.
Well, it's definitely not a bunch of people just walking around all fast trying to get to the next thing. It's so spread out too. Texas is massive, so it's like everybody has a car, you know.
I sold my car, so I just take the subway everywhere.
I also don't have a car. We're carless. Let's go. Yeah, a car is just, I don't know. Sometimes it's just like it feels like it's so much cheaper to just Uber around or take public transportation. So I feel that. So what is next for you, Alyssa? You got anything in the works?
That is such a scary question. Good for it. Like I just feel like there's always like so many things that I'm interested in that I don't even know where to start, and I get kind of overwhelmed. Like when you brought up ordinals earlier, like that's something I want to get into, is like doing a collection on ordinals. I want to learn more about generative art and hopefully doing a generative collection at some point. And then also, like I said, just like kind of trying to build a brand of my own that's not just like in Web3, just kind of in general, and selling my art physically and things like that. I don't know, I feel like I have a million things going on all the time. Like I'm having a piece auctioned off in Italy in like a month, which is crazy, through an auction.
Whoa.
So actually, I don't even know if I was supposed to say that, but whatever. I don't even. It's fine.
Alpha leak.
But yeah, so just a ton of random stuff going on all the time. And I just want to like travel and see the world and make art from wherever. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
That's cool. Well, I don't know if you can say more about the Italy thing, but if you can, how did that come about?
So there's this person that I honestly have no idea how we connected, but we connected maybe 2 or 3 years ago on Instagram. I guess through my art. I can't remember how. I should probably look through our messages and figure it out. But he is like in the Web3 space kind of. And I remember we met a little over a year ago, and he was talking about how he was kind of helping to bring like merge Web3 and auction houses. Like, so he reached out to me saying he would love for me to be one of the artists, like, who has a piece auctioned off at, it's an auction house called Wanenis. I never know if I'm saying it right, but so we've been like discussing it for the past year, and it's been getting postponed a ton, and I think it's finally going to happen next month. So I have to ship the physical piece, and they're going to do an auction online, but there will also be like a physical exhibit and stuff. So the person will like get the NFT and the physical piece. So like, it's actually really random. I don't even remember how we got connected, but yeah.
Social media.
Yeah.
That's how everyone gets connected. Man, that is so cool. Well, that's very exciting. And, yeah, I'll have to be on the lookout for when that comes out. I want to see what the art looks like and everything. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have lost Michael. Apparently his internet went down.
No.
Rest in peace to Michael. Maybe he'll be back. Maybe he won't. Well, we usually get into Gas Wars at this time, but I don't know if I should wait for Michael or not. So, but but Gas Wars is basically like our rapid fire question segment where we ask 5 rapid fire questions each that don't have to do with the NFT space. Okay. So maybe I'll just ask them, because I don't know if he'll be back. So let's just assume that he's not going to come back. And if he does come back, then great. So, all right. This is my one NFT question. This one's actually an NFT question. What is the first NFT that you owned?
Ooh, I can't remember the title of it, but it was a piece by Gavin Miller, who's like an artist that really inspired me, and Gary Vee bought his art and his whole story inspired me. So I remember like really wanting to own a piece of his art, and I bought it before I ever sold any of my own art. But yeah, I can't remember the title of it.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's what you said was on your list, like buy art from an artist that you liked.
Yeah.
Nice. You made it happen. Mm-hmm. That's cool. And you still have it?
Yeah. I haven't really sold like any of the NFTs I bought except a few. Like I was on the whitelist for Art Gobblers. I sold that.
Oh my God, that I hope you did you sell it while it was like going up? Okay, that's good. You did good on that. Oh man, that was such a disaster. I don't know what it's at now, but I know the floor is down horrendous.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you an introvert, an ambivert, or an extrovert?
Is ambivert like in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm definitely an ambivert because I used to take those like personality tests online where I don't know, you're like ENFP or whatever, and I
yes
50 introvert extrovert. I'm kind of in the middle, I'd say.
Okay, same. Yeah, I definitely used to be way more introverted, and then I feel like I've just gotten more extroverted, but I'm definitely in the middle because, you know, it's like sometimes you're like, oh, okay, my social battery, I need to be alone.
I'm becoming more introverted since moving to New York City though, because I'm like just always so drained from being around people. I'm just like, I want to be alone.
It's a lot of stimulation. Like it's like, honestly, New York is so overwhelming. Like it's just like there's so much to look at. There's so much happening. Like people are walking all around you. The air pollution is crazy. Like it's too much. Can't even see the clouds. Not good. But where did you live before New York?
Massachusetts. So
Okay.
I don't like Massachusetts at all. Like I don't like it. I feel like I'm a New York girl, you know?
Fair. Okay. What is a book that changed your life?
Ooh, easy. The Alchemist. That's like my favorite book.
Oh, that's a good book.
Yeah. I feel like I read it like 7 times and it's like my Bible. So definitely Alchemist.
Why do you like it so much?
I feel like the first time I read it, I was in college and I feel like I was very like lost and it kind of it was like a form of guidance for me and like opened my eyes to understanding how to connect to my intuition and just realizing like why I'm on earth and you know like what life is about kind of and it's just every time I read it I feel like I discover something new and it's just kind of like recenters me, I guess.
I like that. Yeah, it's a very interesting book. It's cool because it's like it's a story, but it's it's like a life lesson as well. It's really good. If you never read it, you guys should check it out. The Alchemist. Okay. Oh my God. I saw one while you were saying that I really wanted to ask. Oh yeah. What's something on your bucket list?
Whoa, something on my bucket list. That's hard. I feel like something around travel. Like I just really want to, like, I don't know if I have a specific thing. It's just I really want to travel and see more of the world. Like that's something that I'm really passionate about. It's like seeing other cultures. And I feel like every time I travel to a new place and experience a new culture, like my view on the world shifts or expands in some way. And I think it's really beautiful. So just traveling more.
I saw that you went to Mexico recently, right?
Yeah, I just got back a couple days ago.
Where'd you go in Mexico?
Mexico City for most of the time, and then also to Pueblo and like this little town called Atencingo that my boyfriend's family's from.
Oh, that's cool. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to Mexico. I'm supposed to go this year. My mom was born in Mexico, so I'm gonna like go back to her hometown and everything.
What part
I'm excited. I honestly forget. I don't know, but somewhere. Yeah. Where else have you been besides Mexico, US?
I've been to Canada, Jamaica, Dominican Republic, Australia, and Bali. I might be missing it. Oh, and Italy and Spain. I love Europe. I want to go explore.
Dang. Okay, you've been to a solid amount of places. That's cool.
Yeah. I guess over the years I've traveled a lot, but like before I went to Mexico this past week, I hadn't traveled in like over a year, it felt like. So I was like, I don't know, I just love traveling.
Yeah, it's so nice to get out of the country. Like it just feels, it's just a totally different. I just recently went to Peru and I was like, oh man, it's just so nice to like experience something totally different and everybody, it's a totally different culture and everything. And it always opens your mind a little bit more and that's always fun. Okay, when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Ooh, there were a few different things, but I remember I really wanted to be a chef. I used to love cooking. I also like at one point, I mean, I always kind of wanted to be an artist, but there was definitely one point where I was like, I'm going to be an artist for sure. This was like a random thing when I was really little, but I wanted to be like a fire deputy or something random. Like, I don't know.
Let's go. Go fight those fires.
Yeah. So those are the ones I remember the most.
Nice. A chef? That's really cool.
Yeah. No, I could never. Like, anytime I try to cook something, my back hurts. I don't understand how counter and cut stuff. Like, I'm in pain.
Oh. What's like your typical dinner?
Ooh. I've been so bad lately. I've been like eating out a lot and not really cooking.
No.
But my boyfriend is like so cultured and stuff, and he's always like we're trying new foods together or he's cooking food and stuff. So I've been getting better, but okay, if I'm eating out, my favorite thing, I'm Lebanese, so my favorite thing is chicken shawarmas. like a chicken shawarma pita thing. So good. But if I'm cooking for myself, I'm like kind of lazy and I'll do something really simple. Like, I don't even know, like chicken and rice.
Like pasta or something.
I need to get better.
Yeah, I feel you. For the last like week, I've just had lentils like for dinner, just lentils. That's it. Just easy to cook, you know. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna make this. Okay, I think that was 5. I guess that was 5. Yeah, and yeah, Michael still did not come back, folks. He is gone for good. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this interview. Thank you, Alyssa, for joining us. I feel like there's so much more ahead of you. Like, you just seem so like, I don't know, like you have a lot that's going to be coming to you, and I'm excited for your journey. I'll be following along on Twitter and watching your vlogs on YouTube.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me on. This is fun.
Yeah, of course. And thank you to everybody for tuning in to this episode of the NFT Catcher podcast. We will catch you in the next one. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the NFT Catcher podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned something new about the exciting world of NFTs. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you really love what you're hearing, please leave us a rating and review on your favorite platform. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news and insights from the NFT space, be sure to follow us on all the socials at NFT Catcher Pod. You can follow Jennifer at Jennifer_pseudo and Michael at NFTicket. I'm your producer, Andy, and I'm at AJC254. Our theme song's by It's Just Los. We always appreciate your feedback and support, which helps us reach more people and bring you informative and engaging content about NFTs. We look forward to bringing you more great NFT content in future episodes. Thanks for listening. Peace.